Now that the Super Bowl and NFL season have come and gone, it is now time to turn our attention to the XFL, which will be returning this week with its third iteration. The XFL is a special place in my heart, as covering it is how this channel began back in early 2020. So let's take a look at the XFL and what to expect from it this time around. The XFL was a football league created by Vince McMahon back in 2000 and was known as the Extreme Football League. Vince partnered with his longtime friend, Dick Ebersol, at NBC to broadcast the league after NBC lost their NFL broadcasting rights. Although the league was constantly pushed, the quality of play resulted in its demise, and it folded after 1 year when NBC pulled out of the deal. Back in 2017, Dick's son Charlie made the 30 for 30 documentary This Was the XFL, which served as a launching pad for both the AAF and soon to be XFL 2.0. Partnered with Fox and ESPN, XFL 2.0 debuted in February of 2020 to success and wild fans in the stands, but due to the global events, was forced to pause and later cancel the season after 5 weeks. Rather than try to attempt running a football league a third time, Vince instead sold the league to Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson and Redbird Capital for $15 million. The new investors tried to create a merger partnership with the Canadian Football League, but that would fall through, and instead the XFL 3.0 was formed. The league has partnered with Disney and ESPN to broadcast games on ABC, ESPN, ESPN2, and FX. The XFL will feature exciting gameplay innovations that deliver fans a faster pace of play and more action. The league will build on what was started in 2020 by carrying over several rules, including innovative changes in the areas of clock management, play reviews, and late game possessions designed to improve gameplay and enhance the fan viewing experience. The XFL will play a 10-week regular season consisting of each team playing 10 games, 5 home and 5 road games. The teams will play their division rivals twice and teams from the other division once. The season will conclude with the XFL Championship game played on Saturday, May 13th at 3 p.m. on ABC. With the return of the XFL, we will now see football year-round in North America, which is a beautiful thing if you ask me. The first thing I want to cover in this little XFL preview exercise is the teams competing in this year's version of the league. Sadly, gone are the New York Guardians, Tampa Bay Vipers, and Los Angeles Wildcats. Instead, those teams will be replaced by the Orlando Guardians, Vegas Vipers, and San Antonio Brahmas. The DC Defenders, Seattle Dragons, St. Louis Battlehawks, Arlington Renegades instead of Dallas Renegades, and the Houston Roughnecks will all make their return. Unlike the USFL, the XFL will have all their teams play in their actual cities, and the teams are split up into a North and South division. In the North there is DC, St. Louis, Vegas, and Seattle, while the South will have Houston, San Antonio, Arlington, and Orlando. I think a red flag out of this is how far spread apart the teams in the North will be, so it'll be interesting to watch the league's relaunch, and I wonder how much travel costs will affect the profits. When it comes to the head coaches, there are a lot of new names compared to 2020, but there are also some familiar faces. Wade Phillips is the oldest of them all at 75 years old, but may be one of the best football minds to ever do it with over 40 years of experience. He has been an NFL head coach 5 times with an 82-64 record, and as a defensive coordinator, his defenses were always ranked towards the top of the league. He has coached in the Super Bowl and has seen his players win Defensive Player of the Year awards as well as Defensive Rookie of the Year awards. Bob Stoops returns to the Renegades as head coach after leading Dallas to a 2-3 record in 2020. He was a longtime coach at the University of Oklahoma and coached the Sooners to win the 2021 Alamo Bowl. He won the 2001 Orange Bowl with the Sooners and earned a consensus national championship. He has a 191-48 record over his 33-year college career and is the winningest coach in Oklahoma history. He led the team to the most conference championships of any Big 12 team, and his 2008 team is the highest scoring in college football history. Terrell Buckley will be coaching the Orlando Guardians and is a 14-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion. He was drafted 5th overall by the Green Bay Packers in 1992 and went on to play for the Miami Dolphins, Denver Broncos, New England Patriots, New York Jets, and New York Giants. Due to his successful college career at Florida State, he was inducted into the College Football Hall of Fame in 2019. He has previously coached at Ole Miss, Mississippi State, Louisville, Akron, and Florida State. Heinz Ward is a player I grew up watching, playing 13 years in the NFL, winning 2 Super Bowls with the Pittsburgh Steelers. He is the Steelers' all-time leader in receptions, named to 4 Pro Bowls, a Super Bowl MVP, and a team MVP 3 times. Ward joins the league from Florida Atlantic University, where he was the wide receivers coach. He's also served as the offensive assistant coach with the New York Jets and as the offensive coaching intern working with wide receivers for the Pittsburgh Steelers, and brings a great receiving mind to San Antonio. Reggie Barlow will be the head coach of the DC Defenders, joining the league from Virginia State University, where he spent 6 seasons as their head coach. In 2017, he led the Trojans to an undefeated regular season for the first time in school history, claiming the Northern Division title and Central Intercollegiate Athletic Association championship title. He was named the CIAA Coach of the Year. Reggie is also a Super Bowl champion with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, playing for the Jacksonville Jaguars and Oakland Raiders as well. Jim Haslett will bring over 30 years of coaching experience to the sideline of the Seattle Dragons. The former Defensive Rookie of the Year has since coached for the Tennessee Titans, Penn State Nittany Lions, University of Buffalo Bulls, Cincinnati Bengals, Washington Commanders, St. Louis Rams, New Orleans Saints, Pittsburgh Steelers, Los Angeles Raiders, the Florida Tuskers of the United Football League, and the Sacramento Surge of the World League of American Football. Anthonybrecht will be the head coach for the St. Louis Battlehawks and is a former NFL tight end, playing for 11 years and becoming the third offensive player to play in 152 consecutive football games. He joins the league from Wiregrass Ranch High School, where he served as the offensive coordinator but has spent his career developing players. He spent 6 years at IMG Academy, has coached in the NFLPA Collegiate Bowl, and was a member of the San Diego Fleet's coaching staff of the AAF. Coaching the Vegas Vipers is NFL Hall of Famer, 17-year NFL veteran, and Super Bowl winner Rod Woodson. Woodson joins the league after serving as an analyst for the NFL Network, the Big Ten Network, and Westwood One. He has held various coaching positions with the Cincinnati Bengals and Denver Broncos, as the Bill Walsh Minority Coaching Fellow, and spent the 2011 and 2015 to 2017 seasons as the cornerback coach with the Oakland Raiders. He still holds multiple NFL records from his magnificent career as a player and is a name to watch for maybe a league favorite. The XFL team rosters across the league are scattered with some big names, none bigger than the controversial wide receiver Josh Gordon. Others include former Alabama quarterback and NFL veteran A.J. McCarron, who led the Crimson Tide to the national championship. Former Cowboys quarterback Ben DiNucci, who started for the Cowboys on Sunday Night Football back in 2020. Former highly touted Florida State quarterback DeAndre Francois. Former Green Bay Packers and UCLA star Brett Hundley, who started 9 games for the Packers in 2017. Gosh, that was rough. As well as some Spring League veterans like Luis Perez, who went from a walk-on in community college to a Division II award winner and national championship quarterback. Former Ole Miss quarterback Jordan Ta'amu, who has made a name for himself in these alternate leagues, and former Troy quarterback Brandon Silvers, who was once recruited by Alabama. It feels like there may be more star power linked to this iteration of the XFL when compared to the 2020 version, but for the long-term stability of the league, the XFL will need to create its own big names like they saw with PJ Walker in 2020. When it comes to the league's betting favorites, there are 3 teams to look at according to Sports Gambling Podcast. The Las Vegas Vipers are the first team to pop off the paper with a roster that could be explosive on the offensive side of the ball and talented all around. The running back duo of Jaquiz Patrick and Kalen Ballage could lead to San Antonio being a team to watch come championship weekend. Patrick is no stranger to spring football. He was a top 3 rusher in the XFL in 2020 for the Tampa Bay Vipers, splitting carries with multiple other backs. Patrick went on to play in the NFL for 4 different franchises from 2020 to 2022. Ballage played in 52 NFL games himself. Then there are the DC Defenders, led by Jordan Ta'amu, who lit the XFL on fire in 2020. Head coach Reggie Barlow and director of player personnel Von Hutchins have assembled a roster consisting of highly skilled professionals in all 3 phases of the game. There's also former Houston and Miami superstar quarterback De'Aaron King, who may be a walking human highlight if he plays anywhere close to how he did in college. And don't forget about the St. Louis Battlehawks, who will likely have the ultimate home field advantage if it's anything like 2020. What do you think? Who will you be rooting for in the XFL, and who do you think will win the inaugural championship? Let me know in the comment section below. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to check out one of my other videos right here. Don't forget to leave a like and to subscribe for more college football content. Thank you so much for watching. I could not be more thankful for y'all. You guys make this all possible for me, and as always, remember to embrace the grind.